anybody at home, I just look up this movie on Netflix because it's great, and I'd never fucking
really
heard of it.
good.
It's called A Futile and Stupid Gesture, and
Will Forte is on the.
Will Forte is the lead, who's one of my favorites today.
He's so good. I think he made it in a lot of He made
so
that
do I.
movie, yeah.
But it tells you about the beginning of Chevy Chase, the beginning of Saturday Night Live, Gilda Radner, Bill Murray, Belushi, all of these guys. It goes through their life, and this writer who started National Lampoon and put all these people together and
put all them together, and then they all got stolen at some point, right?
They all got stolen for SNL, yeah, which I knew.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Yes.
Everyone. I mean, he put together this radio show that literally was Saturday Night Live.
Well, National Lampoon was a huge magazine in the 70s as well, back in the day, comedically.
Yeah, I'm just saying the performing part of it was that radio show.
And like that was before my time. The radio show was before my time. Look, SNL was before my time. I didn't catch SNL until the 80s, you know? I went back and rewatched all of it afterwards, but it will tell you how they all got started, who they were. Chevy Chase does mountains of cocaine in it.
Mountains.
Yeah.
He just has a suitcase that like you open up and it has everything.
Yeah. Which was the fun days, and I went back later on in life and looked back at all that old National Lampoon shit after Animal House and Caddyshack, and their magazines were fucking brilliant. The one with the handgun, the most infamous one is the handgun against the dog's head that says, if you don't read this magazine, we're gonna kill this dog. And I
love stuff that like would never fly today. Like I love that kind of shit.
And I think that's why this movie in particular resonated with me right now during this moment. I turned in the sequel to obviously At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed. When darkness falls, he doesn't catch it.
Sure.
And I got into it with my agent over how fucking crass and edgy the book was. And I was so pissed off about it. I'm still fucking pissed off about it today. Like right now, I'm fucking angry about it. But I watched this movie and I was like, man, these guys were really pushing it in the 70s. What happened over the last 40 fucking years that comedy took a step back?
I think it was the past like 4 years. But yeah.
And it just keeps happening in all of this shit. And At Night She Cries was 3 years ago. And you're right. It to me, your timeline
been a really
seems,
fast decline
really fast.
You can't do or say
anything, or somebody's going to get offended.
Everyone's on, that's not a pop, it's not a fun conversation, but it's just.
So to that timeline, when I was thinking about it, I was like, all right, he got the first draft of that 4 years ago because that book came out in this summer. It'll be 3 years to the day, and I turned it in about a year before that. And you're right. It was a different landscape and a different climate. People have changed where it's just like, this is a guy, my agent, I didn't think he would change. I didn't think he'd be like this. And to fucking, to hear it out loud of like, oh, I can't do this. I can't fucking work on this. And then I got a fucking email on top of it that said, I cannot represent this or whatever. Like he was being watched. Like he was being fucking watched by his own agency, like they're reading emails. And that might be the case.
Can't really fault him for that, no? He could lose his job.
No, you can't. Like nothing has come out. There's nothing in there that's that crazy or,
Right.
So yes. Do you have to do that in today's climate? Maybe you do. Maybe they are reading emails with all the Me Too and all the other shit, everything that.
Oh my God, they can't. They can't let one of them like either be like sexually. They have to know everything that's going on.
The thing that's disappointing though, again, is to see somebody turn into such a fucking pussy where you're just like, I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe it. And with this, like the book is coming out this summer, and I'm doubling the fuck down. So like things that were considered edgy or whatever, like they're going on the fucking cover now because I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Isn't that a little bit better? I mean, people are going to get a book that like...
they're going to get it from the same exact avenues.
How many things would have been
Barnes
cut
& Noble.
out?
They're going to get it from Barnes & Noble, Walmart.com, like all the same places. And look, this is the book I'm talking about, by the way. At Night She Cries While He Rides His Seat. And the reason why I'm holding it up is it got banned in Walmart. So it was in bookstores everywhere. It got banned in Walmart. My character's grabbing somebody's ass on the front. There's 2 pigs fucking on the back. It was already banned from Walmart when this came out in airports. Came out every other place that you could get this book. So me losing a fucking few stores, brick and mortar stores. What's left besides Barnes and Noble? What is another bookstore left that I can't really think of one.
Books A Million.
Books A Million, I guess, but
they're on the way out.
They're on the way out as well, and everybody's ordering them online, and everybody's into audiobooks, and it's like it doesn't change anything for me personally. So I don't give a fuck. I don't care. The saddest part, though, is to watch everyone else change around you and to watch comedy change, because I'm such a fan of comedy. I'm such a diehard fan of comedy. Whether it's my own or someone else's, I just want to see funny, great shit being put out, and it's not happening. Like this fucking movie here, you scrolled through this and found it somehow. I don't know how you found it, because the thumbnail is Emmy Rossum.
Yeah.
Who's in the movie maybe 5 minutes.
But it's like, that's who's hot right now, whatever. And you're like, no.
But was it the title that made you stumble across it?
Yes, and there was...
Did you see Will Forte's name or something?
Yeah,
gotcha.
So there's 2 covers. I don't know why they switch. Netflix
One's like
switches.
They switch. They have the worst. Here's the thing.
Worst.
I love Netflix. They have the worst thumbnails for their movies of all time that have nothing to do with the theatrical poster or the movie themselves.
Yeah.
And so the one we saw was like Emmy Rossum, but it was like a psychedelic 70s movie. And I was like, I don't want to watch this.
Just press on it, because the one that I had seen before was Will Forte with his long hair and the glasses, and it just looked yellow background. Like it was a great cover to make you be like, that looks weird and funny.
Yeah.
And then they switch it to Emmy Rossum, so then nobody's going to click on it. You wouldn't have.
I would not have in a million years.
They're dumb.
You found it, and you said, hey, click this movie on. It's Will Forte. And I was just like, awesome. And it's super irreverent too, and it's self-aware, where it was just like the guy is describing his life, and he was just like, great. He goes, hang on, let me stop you right here. Do you think Will Forte would really play me in a movie? And he goes, also, I'm 27 at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Will Forte is definitely not 27 years old.
Do you think Will Forte is 27? Let's suspend the disbelief and just go on with it. It's just like, it's good.
It's really great. I haven't seen a movie like that, and I laughed my ass off. And there's so many one-liners in that movie, and it's great. And I was like, fuck, here's a movie that deserves attention. Deserve theaters probably, right. And it not only did it get buried like on an Emmy Rossum thumbnail on Netflix, who's in the movie for 5 minutes, and I like Emmy Rossum, she's great.
She's really good, actually.
Shameless is great. It just wasn't her movie. It was somebody else. She was in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was an interesting thumbnail.
But with this, like that is a comedy that should have been in theaters. Should have gotten more press. Should have gotten more play. All the comedies now are going straight to Netflix, which is fine, but there's no way to promote them or advertise them.
And you have to just click to be like, I'll try it.
Click and guess.
And then they get that view, or
unless you get word of mouth, which is why I'm talking about it today.
Right.
But this is also what makes me sad about what's going on in comedy is, Netflix is doing some edgier shit like this with like Wet Hot American Summer and all of that stuff. And that's great to see, but it's hard to find. And you're not seeing trailers of it anymore because they can't. Netflix makes so much original content. They can't spend that much money on marketing since they're spending all of their money making these films. Like it's too much all the way around. So like, how is anybody going to hear about this shit unless you tell somebody?